Some blonde is sprinting down a creepy alley under a blood moon, already a bad start to her night. A masked psycho with a knife tells her not to run. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all, my guy. This trash bag keeps chasing her, telling her to be a good girl. Bro, read the room. The psycho finally goes for the kill, lunging with his knife like a complete maniac. Plot twist. The damsel turns around and runs the psycho through with a whole-ass sword. Wait a damn minute, that's our boy in a wig, who just took a sword to the chest to set the trap. The psycho is absolutely losing it, realizing he got baited and outplayed by a dude in drag. Our MC, with a blade sticking out of him, grabs the sword like it's a minor inconvenience. And just like that, blood goes flying everywhere. Someone's day just got ruined. The blood starts dripping to the ground, signaling that the real fight is just getting started. Our boy is having a vision of the kill, complete with the dramatic headshot effect. And he wakes up thinking it was all a dream. Bro, you had a sword in you. Then he walks past the TV and sees the psycho he just folded is now breaking news. Turns out our boy took out a serial killer with over 10 victims, just another Tuesday. Yep, that's the same trash bag who was hunting good girls down that alley. Anyway, time for a scene change. Our guy is apparently on a graduation trip now. He's checking into someplace, taking advantage of those off-season prices like a true budget king. Now this dude is already on a side quest, trying to find some cafe on a mountain. The innkeeper lady hits him with the "it's closed due to a tragedy" line. Foreshadowing much? Our boy decides to go anyway for training, while some new camera guy just appears. Our boy is giving the new camera guy the side eye, and honestly, same. This camera guy, Kaido, is already steaming mad and trying to dip out. MC immediately starts flaming him about his hygiene and life choices. My man has no filter. And Kaido responds by yeeting his entire suitcase at our boy's head. Talk about an overreaction. Our boy dodges and the suitcase pops open, revealing women's clothes. Okay, that's officially weird. Some other dude is now yelling at Kaido to get a job. This guy can't catch a break. MC just watches the camera guy walk off, probably wondering what kind of freak show he stumbled into. Then we see a photo of Kaido with a full-on psycho grin. Yep, he's definitely a villain. Scene change to a stormy mountain, and some kind of needle is falling from the sky. And just like that, the camera guy is bloody and screaming while our boy stands over him. That escalated fast. The camera guy is getting absolutely washed, screaming for his life in the middle of the storm. He's crying for help while our boy grabs him by the hair, clearly not in a merciful mood. MC holds the psycho up outside the cafe, and Kaido finally realizes he messed with the wrong dude. Our boy gives him that cold, dead-inside stare that says, "You are about to have a very bad day." And then he just drops him on the ground like a bag of trash. Total domination. Turns out Kaido is looking at a funeral shrine. This must be the tragedy the innkeeper mentioned. We get a flashback to this creep's massive stalker photo collection of the girl from the shrine. And here's the psycho in his natural habitat, glued to his computer screen like a degenerate. Yep, that's the face of a man who has definitely never touched grass and has a folder named Homework. It looks like he's part of some shady online group sharing creepy files. This guy is a whole new level of scum. So Kaido, the camera guy, is the room master of this scumbag forum. What a surprise. And this psycho is making bank off his creepy files. This dude is a whole new level of degenerate. We get a symbolic shot of his world shattering. Yeah, our boy is about to make that literal. MC lays it all out. Kaido drove a girl to suicide and barely got a slap on the wrist. And our boy hits him with a mystery injection. Guess it's time for some street justice. Kaito tries to weasel out of it, but MC reveals he was hired by the girl's mom to deliver him. Then he drops the coldest line ever as the girl's actual ghost shows up for her revenge, and she does not look happy at all. Kaido is about to get haunted into oblivion. The ghost hands our boy his payment while the psycho just cowers on the floor. My man just completed a job for a ghost. That's one hell of a side quest. Our boy is back in the rain, looking all serious now that the ghost job is wrapped up. We're getting some off-screen screaming. Sounds like Kaido is having a really bad time with his new ghost roommate. MC is clutching his head, probably hearing the screams of all the trash he's taken out. He's walking away from the cafe, looking like he's questioning his life choices. My man is just wandering down a deserted road in a storm. This dude loves a dramatic exit. He finally decides to head back, probably realizing he's about to catch a cold. A bus conveniently shows up in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, this is definitely not a trap. Our boy just stands there as the mystery bus pulls up, completely unfazed by the weird timing. The bus driver comes flying out the door like he just saw a ghost. Oh, wait. The driver is losing his mind while our boy looks on, probably thinking, here we go again. Our boy gets on the mystery bus, calling the driver strange. Understatement of the year, my guy. He's finally processing that the driver just dipped out mid-panic attack. The gears are turning slowly. He walks onto the bus and confirms it's completely empty. Yeah, no driver, no problem, right? A creepy automated voice tells him to take a seat as the doors lock him in. This is not the magic school bus, and the bus just starts driving itself through the storm. We're officially in a horror movie now. The automated message starts glitching and repeating. This whole situation is one giant red flag. Our boy is finally realizing how screwed he is. Welcome to the party, pal. He notices other passengers just sitting there, not reacting to the ghost bus at all. Some bald musclehead tells him to just sit down and enjoy the ride. This guy's definitely in on it. Our boy gets zapped by an invisible wall when he tries to move. Guess he's a passenger whether he likes it or not. Our boy is getting zapped by some invisible force for not following the bus rules. My man just learned about the seating policy the hard way. He hits the floor realizing the electric shock was a rule. Yeah, a rule that just tased you into submission, genius. The bald musclehead steps up, calling himself the leader of this bus headed straight to death. Great. A tour guide for hell. Musclehead grabs our boy, threatening to literally take his head if he doesn't obey. So much for a friendly welcome wagon. Our boy immediately folds, promising to be a good little passenger. Bro, where's that energy you had for the serial killer? He's just playing along to get info, asking what the hell is going on. The classic, I'm scared, please explain the plot gambit. Musclehead starts dropping lore about the bus traveling between the real world and the underside. We're getting an exposition dump. The underside is basically a death dimension, and this bus is the express train. Sounds like a 5-star trip. Apparently, each bus stop is a boss fight with monsters until you die. So it's a murder dungeon on wheels, got it? And everyone on this bus is a sinner being punished. Our boy just killed 2 psychos, so yeah, that tracks. Our boy tries the I'm just a student act, but Musclehead is clearly not buying it. The other passengers start sharing their sob stories, confirming that this bus picks up anyone, good or bad. A new psycho couple starts betting on how fast our boy will die. Great, more trash to take out. Our boy overhears them and gives them that cold stare, letting them know they're on his list. He has an internal monologue, basically confirming he's a vigilante who only kills deserving scumbags. The bus announces the first stop, which means it's time for the first round of this death game. Some dude in a suit immediately starts freaking out about the monsters. My man did not read the brochure. Musclehead instantly folds the suit guy for panicking. Guess there's no crying on the murder bus. He then tells the unconscious suit he'll make a good decoy. This dude is a team player, I see. The psycho redhead gets in our boy's face, warning him that anyone who loses it just becomes bait. Our boy decides to play the weak card to gather intel. Bro is finally using his brain instead of his fists. The psycho redhead tells him to get off the bus, basically calling him a future meat shield for the monsters. My man is looking out the window, putting on his best I'm so scared face as the bus stops. And right on cue, a creepy monster hand slaps the glass, giving him a perfect reason to scream. He immediately starts overacting, pointing at the bus and yelling about a ghost while everyone else just stares. Musclehead is loving the show, grinning like a maniac and promising that the fun is just getting started. The whole gang is off the bus, and the psycho redhead is already grabbing our boy, probably sizing up her new decoy. She's still flaming him for being a university boy, and he just asks why she's so pressed about it. This psycho redhead gets triggered by his question and immediately tries to knee him in the junk. But our boy dodges it clean, accidentally revealing he's way faster than some random college kid. Whoops. The psycho redhead is absolutely stunned that our boy just dodged her cheap shot, and he's still playing weak on the ground. She's still trying to process his speed while our boy keeps up the act, apologizing like he's the one who messed up. Psycho redhead seems to buy it, telling him to get a move on before he becomes monster food. Turns out Musclehead's plan was to hang the suit guy upside down as live bait. This dude is a whole different level of evil. The suit guy is begging for his life, finally realizing he's the opening act for the monster buffet. He's having a complete breakdown, offering money to be let down. Bro, your cash is no good here. Musclehead just dismisses his pleas, saying money is worthless in this death game. Our boy is watching this whole thing go down, knife in hand, debating if he should blow his cover to save this dude. A creepy sound echoes through the building, signaling that the dinner bell has officially been rung for the monsters. The old couple starts panicking as Musclehead gets ready for a fight. The party's here. Musclehead starts tossing out dynamite like party favors, telling everyone to get ready for some fireworks. Our boy is still playing dumb, looking confused by the bombs, while the psycho redhead yells at him to snap out of it. And right on cue, a whole army of creepy shadow monsters starts marching in. The welcoming committee is here. The shadow demons swarm the area, screaming like they just saw their internet history get leaked. One of the monsters immediately goes for the bait, leaping at the suit guy hanging from the ceiling. We get a nasty close-up of the monster about to turn the suit guy into a happy meal. Plot twist. The monster is actually a ghost who knows the suit guy by name. This just got extremely personal. The suit guy is screaming denials as the ghost accuses him of ruining her life. Guess his sins caught up to him. The ghost gets all up in his face while he's crying blood. Yeah, she's not here to talk it out. And she starts literally sucking the life out of him with a terrifying grin. That's a wrap for Suit Guy. The ghost lady reveals her true face, and it's a whole two-faced situation. Suit Guy is still screaming denials, trying to gaslight a ghost. Bold strategy, my dude. The ghost hits him with the "you drained us" line, and she's making it literal. She starts dropping the lore bomb about how he scammed her family out of their money. Turns out he stole her husband's compensation and drove him to suicide. Yeah, he had this coming. The ghost lady decides it's time for some karmic justice, going in for the kill. And Suit Guy is screaming his lungs out as he gets turned into a human Capri Sun. The ghost is going full feral, promising to drain him completely. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Plot twist 2.0. A whole-ass conga line of his other victims' ghosts just pulled up. Suit Guy is absolutely losing it as the ghost points out he's got a whole fan club of people he ruined. The ghost lady is giving him that "you're about to pay for everything" look, and honestly, he deserves it. Flashback time. We see the Suit Guy cruising in his G-Wagon like a true villain. He's literally bragging about ignoring protesters demanding money. What a complete piece of work. Yep, that's the dead-eyed stare of a man who sleeps soundly after ruining lives for a living. His victims are trying to block his car, desperately begging for what they're owed. Turns out he's a scumbag CEO who stiffed his employees after a factory accident. Classic. The ghost lady, back when she was alive, pleads with him, but he just hits her with corporate jargon. He won't even look at her, just stonewalling while she's begging for her husband's life. And then he just drives off, knocking people over like they're nothing more than speed bumps. She gets the call that her husband took his own life. Yeah, Suit Guy's karma is long overdue. Back in the flashback, the ghost lady gets the call that her husband is dead, and her whole world just shatters. She's completely broken, collapsed on the ground, wondering how it all went so wrong. And in her grief, she knows exactly who to blame. That scumbag CEO. With nothing left to live for, she takes her own life, setting the stage for her ghostly revenge. Back in the present, the ghost mob is turning Suit Guy into a chew toy while he screams for them to stop. The old couple is losing it while our boy realizes the whole sinner story was legit after all. Musclehead is yelling at our boy to throw the damn dynamite already, getting tired of his weak act. The whole crew starts booking it while the ghosts are busy with their all-you-can-eat scumbag buffet. Our boy is running with the psycho redhead, casually warning her that the bomb he's holding is about to go boom. The ghosts finish their meal, leaving a skeleton, and now they're regrouping for round 2. Musclehead's dynamite goes flying, ready to clear out the ghost mob with a bang. The whole place goes up in a massive explosion, sending everyone flying. So much for a controlled demolition. Our boy is on the ground coughing, still committed to his "I'm just a weak student" role. A monster that survived the blast immediately tries to finish him off. Bad move, little guy. And just like that, the blue eyes come out. The weak act is officially on pause. The monster gets instantly diced in half. Yeah, our boy was definitely holding back. He's on the ground with his knife out, disappointed that the monster wasn't even a challenge. Musclehead is completely stunned, realizing the weak kid just one-shotted a monster. The psycho couple is in total denial, refusing to believe the pathetic guy has any skills. Our boy immediately starts backpedaling, trying to sell them on the world's most convenient coincidence. The psycho couple tries to send our boy on a fetch quest for the old people, still calling him a college kid. Musclehead is still staring at the perfectly sliced monster, knowing damn well that wasn't from an explosion. The whole area is just a giant crater now, showing the scale of the dynamite's blast. An hour later, the psycho couple reports that the old folks are nowhere to be found. Musclehead is absolutely losing it, realizing the old couple just ditched them in the middle of this hellscape. He drops another rule. The bus won't move until every single survivor is back on board. And since the door is still shut, it means the old couple is alive and just wandering around. The crew realizes they have to find them before the next monster wave spawns, and they all die. Musclehead is done with the debate and just screams at everyone to start searching already. So the 4 of them head out on a forced rescue mission. This is a great team-building exercise. Musclehead is on lookout, probably trying to spot the old folks who ditched them. And of course, some weird electric energy starts crackling. This place is definitely trapped. The crew hears a noise and everyone immediately assumes it's the next monster wave. They're now wandering through some creepy abandoned farmland. This is a weird-ass death game. Our boy points out how quiet it is, and the psycho redhead tells him that's how you get killed. The big scary monster turns out to be some old farmer walking his bull. What an anticlimax. The psycho redhead immediately starts beef with the old man for looking at her. She has zero chill. The old farmer reveals the runaway couple showed up at his place begging for food. Musclehead confirms the names, realizing this random farmer is their only lead. The farmer says the old folks are still at his place, complaining about being separated. What a pair of clowns. Musclehead ain't buying the old couple's story about a monster attack, thinking they just saw a damn bear. Our boy is analyzing the situation, figuring this village is way too normal to be part of a death game. The whole crew follows the farmer and his bull, walking right into what is definitely the next level of this nightmare. Our guy knows something's off, dropping some philosophy about how ordinary is the new abnormal in this world. The psycho redhead is already threatening to gouge out some local's eyes just for looking at her. She has zero chill. The farmer tells her to ignore the local, saying he's been crazy for a while. Yeah, sure he is. The old farmer leads them down the path, and you just know this is the part where the horror movie music kicks in. And there they are. The runaway old couple, acting all happy to see the people they left for dead. Musclehead sizes up the old folks and decides they're not a threat. Famous last words, my dude. Musclehead immediately calls out the old man for pretending to be worried after he's the one who bailed on them. The old farmer offers them a plate of steamed buns. Free food in a death game is always a good sign, right? He immediately says, "It's not poisoned," which is exactly what you say when you've poisoned the food. The runaway couple is already chowing down, but Musclehead is still giving the farmer the side eye. Some new guy comes running out, way too excited about guests and food. This whole village is a red flag. The farmer roasts his own son for being a dumbass while the guy just keeps inhaling buns. Our boy finally reaches for a bun, probably figuring he'll need the energy for whatever fresh hell this is. The psycho couple and Musclehead finally give in, clearly tired of their apocalypse rations. Our boy uses the farmer's son as a human poison detector. Smart, let the NPC test the food first. The runaway couple, who literally left them to die, now suggests they all have a sleepover. The audacity. The farmer backs them up, talking about wolves and bears. Yeah, I'm sure that's all that's out there. Musclehead asks our boy for his take, while the psycho couple argues about what's trying to kill them. Our boy agrees with Musclehead that they're low on firepower and have to stay put for the night. The crew settles in for the night, with our boy sleeping solo and the psycho couple getting cozy. The psycho couple's quality time is ruined by a creepy peeping Tom watching them from the window. The psycho dude runs out and finds the peeper is none other than the farmer's dumbass son. The psycho couple immediately starts jumping the farmer's son for being a total creep. The farmer's son gets absolutely folded while crying about how beautiful the psycho redhead is. The old farmer finally shows up to break up the beatdown, but the psycho dude is still pissed. The farmer invites the psycho dude to sit down with the village elders for a little chat, and the elders immediately offer to buy his girlfriend, calling her trash because of her tattoos. This place is wild. The village elders start grilling the psycho dude, basically saying he's a sinner too, so he should have just taken the deal. The old farmer tries to bribe him, but the psycho dude slaps the money away, choosing pride over profit. He smashes the cash on the ground, making it clear his girl isn't for sale. The psycho dude throws a punch at the table, but he's completely outnumbered by these creepy old folks. And the farmer's dumbass son comes out of nowhere and smashes a board over his head. The peeper is the village muscle. The psycho dude gets absolutely wrecked, caught completely off guard by the village idiot. The farmer's son just starts bashing his head in while the elders watch like it's dinner and a show. Turns out the runaway old couple sold them out to the farmer for cash. This was a setup from the start. The farmer's son walks off covered in blood, having just taken out one of the crew. Meanwhile, the psycho redhead is sleeping, completely clueless that her boyfriend just got murdered. The psycho redhead is sleeping peacefully, having no clue her boyfriend just got his head caved in. And here comes the farmer's son, crawling towards her like the world's most disgusting slug. She wakes up to this degenerate's face and is understandably having a complete meltdown. Meanwhile, outside, someone is screaming that things have gone sideways. You don't say. The runaway old man is putting on an Oscar-worthy performance, claiming the psycho couple just dipped. The runaway couple sells their lie to Musclehead, acting all concerned. These two are professional scumbags. Our boy immediately calls BS, reminding everyone they know the bus rules, so running makes zero sense. The blue eyes are back, and our boy knows this whole story smells fishier than a week-old tuna can. The old farmer spins a tale about his son running off after a fight. Yeah, ran off after committing a murder. And now the farmer's son is running for his life, screaming his head off. Looks like karma came knocking early. The villagers are putting on a show, pretending to search for the couple they just murdered. They find the psycho couple's bloody clothes, and Musclehead is looking like he's actually buying it. Musclehead suddenly grabs our boy, who looks completely caught off guard by the sudden aggression. Plot twist. Musclehead is actually playing along, telling our boy to just pretend to search. Musclehead drops the big brain analysis, explaining why the villager's story is total BS. Our boy is genuinely impressed, realizing the musclehead actually has a brain in that skull. The narrator confirms it. The real monsters in this village are the people living in it. The runaway couple is still acting, and our boy knows damn well they're siding with the murderers. The old lady tries to stall them, suggesting they search for a few more days. Yeah, sure. Our boy immediately snaps back into his weakling act, screaming that he's too scared to go back. Musclehead grabs our boy, who screams he'd rather stay in the village than fight monsters. The performance continues. Musclehead throws our boy on the ground, really selling the whole tough guy act for the villagers. Our boy keeps up the act, blaming the psycho couple's death on them leaving the safe village. The runaway couple helps our boy up, completely falling for his weakling routine. These traitors are so clueless. Our boy is now feasting with the villagers who are already trying to set him up with a wife. Bro, it's a cult. He fakes being passed out drunk while the old geezers call him their grandchild. My man is playing the long game. And just like that, it's midnight. You know, nothing good ever happens at midnight in a murder village. Our boy is in bed, fully dressed, just waiting for the right moment. He was never asleep. The blue eyes snap open. The weak student act is officially over and it's time to hunt. He's already outside with a flashlight, ready to uncover whatever messed up secrets this village is hiding. Our boy is on his midnight investigation and immediately finds a creepy-ass cellar. He walks up to the cellar door, knowing damn well this is where the village hides its skeletons. He hears a noise from inside, confirming this is definitely where the side quest is. My man finds a crowbar just lying around. This murder village has some convenient item placement. He starts prying the door open because search warrants are for people who aren't in a death game. He looks down into the darkness and his face says it all. He just found something big. Plot twist! The psycho redhead is alive and tied up in the basement. So much for being dead. She's losing her mind and our boy has to tell her to shut up before she gets them both killed. He takes her gag off, and she looks like she's about to drop a whole season's worth of drama. She reveals her own psycho boyfriend tried to sell her to the village creep. Damn, no honor among trash. The psycho redhead is still shook that the weak student is actually a menace, and he's just telling her to shut up. Our boy asks where her boyfriend is, and she finally realizes her man got folded by the village creeps. The blue eyes are back as our boy puts it all together. The bloody clothes belong to her deadbeat boyfriend. And right on cue, the creepy old farmer shows up at the cellar, interrupting their little heart-to-heart. Our boy immediately grabs the psycho redhead, starting a new act like he's the one who captured her. The old farmer is looking pissed, probably because this random kid just stole his human trafficking victim. The farmer warns our boy about her temper, basically giving him tips on how to handle his new property. She's losing it, realizing the farmer was in on it, while our boy chokes her to sell the performance. My man whispers the plan to her, telling her to play along or he'll snap her arm off. He lets go and she immediately agrees to the act, telling him to do whatever he wants. She's a quick learner. The old farmer is just staring down at them with that "I'm definitely a human trafficker" smile. The psycho redhead apologizes, and our boy just accepts it, probably because he needs her for the plan. We get a nice scenic shot of the village, which is just a pretty wrapper on a box of murder. She's already asking why they don't just go feral on the old folks, and our boy has to explain the rules. Our boy hits her with the "it's not that simple because this is a death game, not a street fight." He explains this whole village is a hive mind of psychos, and their teamwork is dangerously strong. If you act up during the day, the whole village will jump you like you're the last slice of pizza. Even our boy knows he'd get folded if he tried to fight the entire village head-on. She asks about her boyfriend, and our boy has to break the news that her man is already gone. The psycho redhead immediately loses it, grabbing our boy and demanding to know what happened to her trash boyfriend. Our boy lays out the whole murder plot, confirming her boyfriend was a scumbag who tried to sell her. The psycho redhead is finally realizing her man was trash, and this peaceful village is a human trafficking ring. She starts ripping her clothes, probably to sell the whole "I was attacked" story for their act. Our boy tells her to chill, explaining they have to make this look legit or they're both dead. He leaves her tied up in the cellar, setting the stage for their big performance for the village creeps. My man walks out with the old farmer, acting like a proud new owner. This dude's acting skills are S tier. He's taking a stroll through the murder village, probably scouting for more of their messed up secrets. He stops by a barred window and his spidey senses are definitely tingling about this one. He finds the crazy guy from before, who's now begging for his life and claiming he's sane. Two villagers just start beating the prisoner with clubs while our boy watches. Welcome to the neighborhood. The crazy guy is getting his ass beat, screaming for them to stop. This village's hospitality is top-notch. He finally breaks, promising to be obedient while our boy just watches from the window, gathering intel. Some villager is already grilling our boy about buying the psycho redhead. News travels fast in Murder Town. Our boy plays along with a dumb smile, confirming he's gonna touch her. My man's acting is getting an Oscar. The villagers are laughing at him, thinking he's just some horny college kid. They have no idea who they're messing with. But inside, our boy is clenching his fist, thinking about how he's going to murder every last one of them. The traitorous old couple shows up announcing a feast, acting like they didn't just sell 2 people out. Our boy offers to carry the food with a big fake smile. Never trust the guy who volunteers for kitchen duty. The second their backs are turned, his face goes ice cold. The friendly neighbor act is officially over. And there it is, my man is spiking the village feast with some mystery juice. Dinner is about to get real interesting. Our boy tells the village elders to enjoy their meal, playing the part of the dutiful grandson. And the old creeps start chowing down on the food he just spiked. This is gonna be good. They're still praising him, completely unaware they just ate their last meal, courtesy of the good kid. And just like that, the poison hits. The whole table of scumbags is going down. Our boy and the psycho redhead are making a break for it, and she's already asking if they can commit some arson. He confirms he used Musclehead's poison, and she's totally on board with leaving the old geezers to rot. The 2 of them are sprinting through the village, trying to get out before the alarm gets raised. They're making a beeline for the exit to meet up with Musclehead, leaving a trail of poisoned elders behind. But the farmer's son shows up to block the path, still screaming about his wife. Bro, read the room. The village idiot throws a punch, and our boy dodges, still committed to the weakling act even now. The whole murder village is waking up, and the alarm has officially been raised. So much for a quiet exit. The psycho redhead and our boy realize their cover is blown. The stealth mission just turned into a mad dash. The village idiot is still lunging at our boy, screaming about his wife. My man is committed to the bit. Our boy uses the creep's own momentum to set him up for a throw. The weakling act is officially dead. And he just slams the farmer's son into the ground like a sack of potatoes. Yeah, he was holding back. My man grabs the psycho redhead and they book it, leaving the village idiot to contemplate his life choices. The whole village is now chasing them with scythes and hoes. It's a full-blown murder mob. Our boy is looking back at the mob, realizing these simple farmers are a damn hive mind of killers. And of course, the psycho redhead trips and eats dirt in the middle of the chase. Classic. The villagers immediately spot her while she's screaming for our boy not to ditch her. This is not a good look. The murder mob is closing in on the psycho redhead, ready to turn her into a human shish kebab. The village elders realize she's gone and decide to split up. A classic horror movie move that never backfires. Our boy and the psycho redhead are just chilling on a roof, watching the villagers run around like headless chickens. He's ready to dip, but she's telling him to wait. Guess she's not done with this murder village just yet. The psycho redhead immediately gets caught by some random villager with a pickaxe. Her stealth stat is 0. The villager starts screaming her head off, blowing their cover completely. So much for a quiet exit. Our boy comes flying in with a clean karate chop to the neck, instantly putting the screamer to sleep. He's dragging the psycho redhead away while the villager is out cold, telling her to get a move on. They hear a voice crying for help, and it's definitely not one of the villagers. Another side quest just dropped. My man is picking a lock with a paperclip like he's in a spy movie. Time to see who's behind door number 1. The psycho redhead is finally questioning how a college student is a master locksmith. The gears are turning slowly. They walk into some nasty-ass room, and the psycho redhead is about to hurl. Our boy is just taking it all in. They find another prisoner who's completely given up hope. This village is a whole human trafficking operation. Our boy confirms this is the girl who is crying for help, and she looks like she's been through hell. The new girl immediately clocks that our boy isn't one of the village psychos. A glimmer of hope, maybe? She has a full-on breakdown, begging him to get a message to her family. She knows she's not getting out alive. Our boy agrees to help her, showing a rare moment of compassion for someone who isn't a total scumbag. The prisoner asks for a lighter, having completely given up on escaping. My man just hands it over, no questions asked. Our boy and the psycho redhead just walk away, leaving the prisoner to her own devices with the lighter. The prisoner is staring into the flame with a look that says, "If I'm going down, I'm taking this whole place with me." Our boy and the psycho redhead are booking it to Musclehead, who's waiting for their grand escape. Musclehead is locked and loaded, ready to provide some serious covering fire for the crew. The old farmer spots them and tells his murder mob to get him, while the traitorous couple hides. The psycho redhead just yoinks the gun from Musclehead, basically calling him useless with it. and she immediately starts blasting like she's been waiting for this moment her whole life. One of the village creeps catches a bullet and looks absolutely shocked that the tables have turned. The murder mob immediately panics, realizing they brought farming tools to a damn gunfight. Our boy confirms the plan worked, casually mentioning the traitorous old couple is probably dead meat now. The psycho redhead is still fuming, saying the traitors deserve to rot in this hellhole village. The villagers are going full psycho, talking about dismembering the redhead for daring to fight back. The village creeps realize the prisoner girl they were holding just dipped. A little late for that, fellas. And right on cue, the prisoner girl's revenge plan kicks in. She's burning the whole damn village down. The murder mob is now a panicked fire brigade, trying to save their scumbag town with cooking pots. The whole village is going up in flames, and the creeps are running around like headless burning chickens. One of the villagers is literally on fire, screaming for help. Yeah, no one's coming to save you, my guy. The prisoner girl is just standing there, watching her handiwork as the whole place goes up in smoke. She's having a full-on villain laugh, telling the burning village they got exactly what they deserved. Meanwhile, the poisoned elders are still on the floor, just now realizing their murder village is on fire. The fire has now surrounded the elders, who are too poisoned to escape. Talk about a double whammy, and the whole building just gets engulfed in flames. That's a wrap for the village leadership, folks. The traitorous old couple is getting cooked alive, wondering why this is happening. Bro, you sold people out, and their souls are getting yeeted out of their bodies. Guess that's a wrap for the traitors. The ghost souls are flying back to the bus. Looks like everyone's got to check back in, dead or alive. Our boy and Musclehead watch the Ghost Express return, confirming the traitors are officially off the roster. The bus is playing a highlight reel of the village creeps trying to buy the redhead. Talk about post-game analysis. Yep, the bus is showing the whole human trafficking negotiation. This death game has instant replay. Our boy drops a truth bomb. Humans are way worse than any monster on this bus. He's not wrong. A leaderboard pops up, and our boy is sitting at 50 points for just surviving that hellhole. My man is already trying to figure out the scoring system, asking about hidden points, always gaming the system. Musclehead explains the meta. Do special shit to get hidden points. This is basically a murder RPG. The psycho redhead is still calling our boy a college kid, saying points are for supplies. She suggests they pool their points with Musclehead, and our boy just plays along with the plan. Musclehead's score pops up, and he's sitting at a measly 20 points. The psycho redhead is a bit better with 30 points, but still not that impressive. And our boy is maxed out at 50, still blaming it on the factory damage. Yeah, right. The psycho redhead is suddenly all friendly, probably because she sees his high score. Our boy is already checking the item shop, trying to figure out how to break the game. And he finds a wild option. 10 points lets you phone a friend in the real world for 2 minutes. Musclehead reminds him this is a punishment bus for real-world scumbags. The psycho redhead gets all smug, asking if he's scared now that he knows everyone's a sinner. Our boy decides to make a deal, looking like he's about to exploit a loophole in the death game. The psycho redhead immediately calls the phone reward useless, because she's a professional hater. The system confirms the prize is a 2-minute call, which sounds like a total waste of points. Musclehead confirms it's a scam, saying he tried it before and it led nowhere. But our boy calls the parents of the girl who burned the village down. He's actually keeping his promise. The call connects while the other two just watch, probably thinking he's wasting points on a side quest. Someone picks up on the other end, completely clueless about the hell bus their daughter was on. He introduces himself as her friend while her parents think it's a prank call. This is getting heavy. He has to break the news that their daughter, who's been missing for a decade, isn't coming home. We get a flashback to the prisoner girl with the lighter, a final nod to her fiery exit. Our boy is giving the parents the full story, starting with the fire that wiped out the murder village. He confirms the whole village got wiped out because they were too deep in the mountains for anyone to help. Good riddance. Then he drops the truth bomb. Their quaint village was a full-blown human trafficking operation. The parents are asking the hard questions, wondering why their daughter didn't make it out if she started the fire. Our boy has to be the one to tell them she went down with the ship, taking the whole scumbag village with her. He passes on her last words while her parents are completely shattered. This is heavy as hell. We get a flashback to happier times with her family, just to twist the knife a little deeper, and another shot of her in a lab coat, showing the bright future that was stolen from her. Damn. The parents are probably imagining this exact image of their daughter's suffering. This is brutal. The bus system hits them with a countdown because this death game has zero chill for emotional moments. Our boy is having an existential crisis, wondering if this murder bus is the only way to stop real-world evil. The psycho redhead immediately flames him for wasting points, saying he should have bought supplies instead of playing therapist. We get a flashback of someone roasting our boy for being book smart, but a total screw-up in real life. Our boy claps back, asking if she has any compassion since the stuff they saw was real. She's about to throw hands, but Musclehead steps in to stop the team from imploding. Musclehead actually defends our boy, saying his brain got them through the last stage, unlike her. He tells them to save their strength for the next round, playing the reluctant dad of the group. The three of them are the last ones standing on the bus, and the vibe is super tense. Musclehead gets his gear ready, telling them to use the shared points for the bare minimum. The psycho redhead brings our boy some food she bought with her own points. Is that a peace offering? The psycho redhead is still trying to flame our boy for being a good person, calling it a college student move. Our boy claps back, asking if she's just salty because she failed her entrance exams. My man chose violence. She's absolutely losing it while he confirms he bought food with his points, completely unbothered by her rage. Musclehead finally steps in, telling the two bickering children that they're about to arrive at the next stop. The bus lurches and the psycho redhead almost eats it, looking like she's in pain. Our boy just watches. The bus screen reveals the next stop is a high school. Great, another wholesome field trip. Yep, Seika High School. This is definitely not going to be a normal school day. The murder trio steps off the bus, ready to see what kind of fresh hell this new level is. Musclehead announces they've all been given a Battle Royale starter pack, a gun, 6 bullets, and a knife. They spot a figure in the distance, and the psycho redhead is already itching to blow off some steam. Some random dean is already grilling them about skipping class. Bro, read the room. The murder trio is just standing there like confused chibis. They were not prepared for detention. The dean is having a full-blown meltdown because they're not in class. This dude needs a chill pill. The whole crew is just dumbfounded, trying to process this new level of weird. The dean immediately grabs our boy by the ear for a dress code violation. My man's weak act is getting tested. Now he's flaming the psycho redhead for her tattoos, and Musclehead has to babysit her. The dean is marching them off to class like they're a bunch of delinquents. This is the weirdest death game ever. And now they're being presented to a classroom full of actual students. What the hell is this mission? The psycho redhead reminds our boy that normal is a trap, still calling him a college kid. Some student points out the empty seats, and it looks like they're about to become transfer students from hell. The murder trio is forced to sit in class like they're in the world's most dysfunctional breakfast club. Our boy and Musclehead confirm their textbooks are normal, which is somehow even more suspicious. The psycho redhead opens her book, probably expecting homework but about to get a whole different lesson. And her textbook is just the word death written over and over. Yeah, that's a failing grade. A close-up of the death note, just in case you didn't get the memo that she's totally screwed. The psycho redhead is absolutely losing her mind. Looks like the game has officially picked its target. The sun goes down, and you just know this school is about to turn into a full-blown horror movie set. Our boy points out she's the only one with a cursed book, and she immediately starts begging not to be bait. My man hits her with a cold reality check, reminding her they're all sinners here for a reason. She's looking absolutely cornered, finally realizing this stage is all about her past catching up to her. The psycho redhead is still screaming denials while our boy tells her to confess or get left behind. Musclehead is done with her, basically telling her she's on her own for this one. She tries to pull the "We're a team" card, but Musclehead reminds her he'd bail if he could. She tries to deflect onto our boy, but her logic is about as solid as a wet paper bag. Our boy shuts her down with the blue eyes, reminding her she's the only one with a cursed textbook. He's had enough of her act, telling her to admit her sins because no one on this bus is innocent. The psycho redhead is having a full-on breakdown, screaming it wasn't her fault as the stage kicks in. And just like that, she's been separated from the group and is all alone in the schoolyard. The panic is finally setting in as she realizes she's the star of this horror show. She's still trying to cope, blaming the other two for her situation. Denial is a powerful drug, and we're in a flashback, with the psycho redhead looking terrified as someone grabs her. Some new girl is trying to drag her to a gathering, and the psycho redhead is not having it. Turns out the gathering is for ghost stories. Yeah, this is definitely where her trauma comes from. Her whole crew is peer pressuring her into going, talking about snacks and juice. Classic trap. We get a nice creepy shot of the school at night. You know, the usual horror movie establishing shot. The whole gang is in the dorms getting ready for their little ghost story slumber party. The psycho redhead tries to bail, hiding in bed while her friends try to get her to join. She's hitting them with the "I'm not feeling well" excuse, but her face says she's scared shitless. One of the girls decides to start the ghost stories anyway, trying to lure her in. The story is about a girl who hanged herself, and you can tell this is hitting way too close to home for her. The storyteller girl drops the lore, saying the ghost had knife wounds before she died. Another girl is getting freaked out, asking if the ghost was bullied by someone at the school. The psycho redhead is in bed, completely losing it because the story is about a specific class. We get a close-up of her eyes, and yeah, she's seen a ghost, literally or figuratively. And we flash back to some poor girl getting cornered by a couple of bullies. The bullies are pouring water on her and laughing like a couple of hyenas. And here's the Mean Girl Squad, looking like they're about to drop the most toxic album of the year. The lead bully is pulling her hair, trying to make her bark like a dog for forgiveness. The victim refuses, and the bully gets all up in her face, reminding her who's in charge. And the bully pulls out a damn box cutter, asking what she's gonna do now. This just got real. The lead bully whips out the box cutter, ready to give the victim a permanent scar for clout. Plot twist. The victim grabs the blade, screaming like she's about to do the job herself. The rest of the bully squad is freaking out, but the lead psycho is just smiling like a damn demon. The lead bully is completely unfazed, looking down like this is just another Tuesday for her. Her crew tries to talk her down, saying the girl is scared enough. Yeah, a little late for that, but the lead bully is on a power trip, grabbing the victim's hair and getting ready to carve her up. The rest of the squad suddenly gets a conscience, saying they're not cool with actual blood. The lead bully calls them all cowards and tells them to get lost. She's going solo on this one. The victim sees her chance and tries to crawl away, while the psycho is distracted. But the lead bully is way too fast, lunging at her with the box cutter. This is not gonna be pretty. The victim is on the floor screaming her head off as the psycho bully closes in. The lead bully yanks her by the hair, holding the box cutter like she's about to scalp her. The victim threatens to call the cops, but the bully hits her with the "My Dad's Rich" cheat code. The psycho bully goes for a low blow, bringing up the victim's sick mom with a demonic grin. And that's the final straw. The victim snaps and smacks the blade out of her hand. The tables have officially turned, and now the bully is the one on the ground looking up. The lead bully is staring at her own arm, shocked that she actually got cut by her own weapon. She gets up, absolutely feral, and screams she's going to carve up the victim's face. A teacher finally shows up to break up the catfight, yelling at them to stop. The lead bully immediately starts playing the victim, blaming the other girl who's in total shock. The teacher gives the psycho bully a 20,000-word essay as punishment. Yeah, that'll teach her. The victim is still processing while the bully hits her with some next-level gaslighting. The lead bully is just smirking while the victim breaks down. She's loving every second of this. And here comes daddy's money, along with the victim's terrified mom. This is about to get ugly. The teacher is practically bowing to the rich dad, who looks like he owns the whole damn school. The teacher checks on the victim, who's trying to pretend she's not bleeding from the fight. And the teacher immediately starts flaming the victim's deaf parents. This whole school is corrupt. The rich dad grabs his psycho daughter, looking like he's about to lay down the law. He's yelling at her for causing trouble, putting on a great show for the teacher. He drags her out, saying he'll discipline her at home. Yeah, she's getting off scot-free. The corrupt teacher tells the victim she's expelled for fighting back. Yeah, that's how justice works here. The teacher hits them with the "her parents are rich" excuse, telling her to sign it to her mom. This dude is pure scum. The victim is just standing there, completely broken after the whole system just screwed her over. And the rich dad's car just drives off, leaving the victim's life in ruins. In the car, daddy's more worried about his company's rep than his psycho daughter's actions. The dad goes full psycho himself, grabbing her hair and calling her a disappointment. This family is a whole case study. He slaps her, but only because she was sloppy enough to get caught. What a great role model. The psycho redhead is just staring out the window, probably plotting her next move. She hits her dad with the reverse Uno card, reminding him he has to protect her to save his own ass. We get a nice scenic shot of the school, the place where dreams and lives go to die. The victim girl is walking through the schoolyard, looking completely isolated. Yeah, she's a walking target. And right on cue, the rich psycho snatches her up by the hair for round 2. This bitch has zero chill. The victim girl gets slammed to the ground, completely helpless. This is just getting hard to watch. The rich psycho is standing over her, asking what she's gonna do about it. The power trip is insane. She's bragging that everyone in charge knows about the bullying, basically flexing that she's untouchable. And she pulls out the box cutter again with that demonic grin, asking who's gonna save her now. The victim threatens to report her, but the rich psycho just flexes her dad's money and influence. Then she brings up the victim's sick mom, threatening to ruin her whole family. That's a new level of evil. And the victim just snaps, grabbing the blade and taking her own life right there. Holy shit. We get a close-up of the bloody blade. Yeah, that's a wrap for the victim girl, and the ghost story is real. The rich psycho is just staring at the blood, completely unfazed that she just drove someone to suicide. Some random classmate asks the psycho redhead why she's wearing long sleeves, completely unaware of the drama. The guy tries to offer her medicine, but she's too busy having a flashback-induced panic attack. And of course, someone knocks on the door. The timing in this school is impeccable. It's the rich psycho and her crew, pointing at our girl like she's the next target on their list. The psycho redhead stands up looking down at the victim's empty desk. The guilt is hitting hard. She walks out of the classroom, probably getting dragged into a cover-up meeting. The rich psycho is giving her that you saw nothing death glare. This is some next-level intimidation. The whole class just watches her get let out, completely oblivious to the whole situation. The nice guy is still wondering where the victim is, not realizing he's in a school full of psychos. The psycho redhead is back in class looking like she just went a few rounds with the rich psycho. She's trying to hide behind her book, probably so no one sees the new bruises on her face. The nice guy from before asks if she's okay, but she's completely shutting him down. He calls her out on the scratches and she hits him with the "I did it myself" excuse. Yeah, sure you did. The teacher nails the nice guy with some chalk for talking, completely missing the actual problem. The whole class is just a mess of kids not paying attention. No wonder a psycho can run the whole school. The nice guy covers for her, telling the teacher she's sick. My man is trying his best here. He tells her to go to the nurse, and she just agrees to get him off her back. And just like that, the school day is over. You know the freaks come out at night. The psycho redhead is walking alone, looking like she's heading straight into another ambush. The psycho redhead is looking completely defeated after getting worked over by the rich bully. She's walking home alone, probably wondering how her life got this screwed up. And of course, some random street punk with a tiger tattoo decides she's an easy target. He's trying to drag her off while she's screaming at him to get the hell away from her. She lands a solid slap, but you just know that's only gonna make this creep angrier. And there it is, the trash bag immediately starts choking her out for daring to fight back. But wait, a mysterious hand of justice appears on his shoulder to interrupt the assault. It's the nice guy from class, and he just one-punches the punk for being a total scumbag. The punk is on the ground threatening them, while the nice guy is ready to get him locked up. He walks her home, telling her to fight back. And this, folks, is how the psycho couple was born. The rich psycho is standing over some new dude on the ground. Looks like she's found another punching bag. The rich psycho is telling this new simp, Torakun, to give up on his crush. She's a professional relationship wrecker, and she's gonna use the school's no dating rule to get them expelled. This bitch is playing 4D chess with people's lives. Back to the psycho couple's origin story, with the nice guy checking out her bruises. This is where it all started. The psycho redhead and her mom are getting grilled by the school for her relationship. The rich psycho's plan is working. The teacher confirms her boyfriend got expelled and her grades are tanking. The school is just steamrolling them. The teacher says they got anonymous photos. Yeah, I wonder who sent those. Definitely not the girl with a vendetta. The psycho redhead is breaking down while the scumbag teacher pretends he could have helped. This whole school is corrupt. She's thinking about skipping the school festival, probably because this place is a walking trauma factory. And the flashback ends with someone screaming that a girl is dead on the stairs. This school's body count is wild. The students are absolutely losing it, pointing up at the source of the scream. School's out forever, kids. And there she is, the victim girl, hanging in the hallway. That's one way to make sure nobody forgets you. The rich psycho is just walking by, planning to go bully the nice guy. She has no idea karma just clocked in. Someone finally spots the body and starts screaming their head off. About damn time. The rich psycho is annoyed by the noise while her crony is having a full-blown panic attack. She finally stops to see what the commotion is, looking like she's just been mildly inconvenienced. And there it is. The rich psycho's face finally cracks as she sees the ghost of the girl she drove to suicide. The ghost is just hanging there, giving her the death stare. Yeah, you're not getting away with this one. Back to the ghost story. The psycho redhead is in bed, screaming denials. The guilt is hitting her hard. She's blaming the principal, the teacher, and the mom for the suicide. Yeah, everyone but herself. The ghost story prank kicks off with a creepy hand reaching for the psycho redhead. And there's the ghost girl, looking like she crawled straight out of the ring. The psycho redhead is having a complete meltdown, screaming like she's in a slasher flick. Plot twist. The ghost is just her roommate standing on the bottom bunk. What a lame prank. She's still freaking out, not realizing she just got played by her own crew. And her friends are all laughing their asses off, revealing it was just a wig. The psycho redhead is not amused, immediately flipping them off for the weak-ass prank. She's had enough of their BS and decides to just dip out of the room. Her friends are still talking trash, saying she can't take a joke as she storms off. And now she's wandering the school at night. Yeah, this is where the real ghost shows up. The psycho redhead is running for her life, finally realizing this school is a whole different kind of insane. She stops at a mirror, trying to convince herself this whole nightmare stage isn't about her. Yeah, keep telling yourself that. The ghost of the girl she let die pops up in the reflection, and she's still screaming it wasn't her fault. She's now trying to blame the rich psycho, completely missing the point that she's the one on trial here. She walks out trying to make a plan, but immediately hears a creepy noise. You're never alone in a horror movie, genius. She's looking up at the ceiling, absolutely terrified by the sound. This is the part where you run. And there it is, the ghost is holding the same box cutter from the flashback. Karma's got a blade, bitch. The whole damn dorm just disappears and she's falling into the void. The game's physics engine just said no. She eats shit on the floor, screaming her head off. This is not the grand escape she was hoping for. She looks up in terror as something crawls out of the darkness. The final boss of her trauma has arrived. The psycho redhead is backed into a corner, looking like she's about to have a full system crash. She's just cowering in the dark, completely losing her shit as the horror movie vibes ramp up. The screen goes full murder mode with a classic "I found you." Yeah, you're not hiding from your past, lady. And she's getting dragged into the abyss, screaming like she just saw the final bill for her sins. Her old prankster crew shows up, looking demonic as hell and calling her out on her BS. The ghost squad immediately jumps her, holding her down while she has a complete meltdown. She's still screaming denials, trying to convince the ghosts and herself that she's innocent. The ghost posse hits her with the "Are you sure about that?" stare, and their eyes are glowing red. And she's getting choked out by her own guilt, literally. This is one hell of a therapy session. She snaps awake in bed, realizing the whole thing was a nightmare, or maybe just the tutorial for this level. The psycho redhead wakes up, looking at her hands like she just came back from the shadow realm. She's having a full-on "oh shit, that was real" moment as the nightmare fuel kicks back in. And right on cue, her door gets kicked in like the FBI is here to collect on her sins. It's the rich dad and the corrupt teacher from the flashback, and he's already screaming at her. She tries to play dumb, but Daddy Dearest says her roommate's already snitched on her for sleeping in. Plot twist! He slaps her, and we realize the psycho redhead is the rich psycho bully. Damn. We're back in the flashback, showing the school grounds where all the drama went down. Her dad is grilling her about hurting her own face, more worried about the family name than her. He decides to pull her out of school, and she's actually fighting him on it for once. He goes full psycho and chokes her out, screaming about his reputation. This family is a whole mess. The rich psycho gets dragged off by her dad, officially getting kicked out of her own horror movie. Her classmates are gossiping about how she came back screaming about ghosts and covered in cuts. The students are just relieved she's gone, thinking she snapped from stress. Yeah, stress. Musclehead confirms what we all knew. This whole stage was a custom-built hell just for her. Our boy asks what the plan is now, and Musclehead is already breaking down the school's schedule. My man immediately goes back to his dumb student act, trying to play it off like he's clueless. Musclehead is not buying the act for a second, telling him that attitude is a one-way ticket to the graveyard. We get a nice shot of the schoolyard, full of students who have no idea they're just NPCs in a death game. Our boy and Musclehead are on the move, and it looks like they've already got a new plan cooking. Musclehead gets down to business, asking if our boy found the location. The real mission is starting now. Our boy explains he used a homework excuse to find this place. My man is a professional liar. Musclehead is impressed by the mansion, but our boy knows it's just a death game set piece. A maid leads them in because every rich psycho's house needs staff for the murder mystery vibe. Meanwhile, the psycho redhead is trapped behind glass, looking like she's on the wrong side of a zoo exhibit. She's banging on the invisible wall, finally getting a taste of what being helpless feels like. And a creepy shadow hand is reaching for her. Looks like her personal hell isn't done with her yet. That's the face of someone who just realized karma has a season pass to her life. Our boy and Musclehead confirm this stage is targeting someone else. Guess it's the boyfriend's turn. My man wonders if this is the boyfriend's real-life setup, and Musclehead is just not impressed. The maid tells them to chill in the fancy-ass living room while she gets the final boss. Our boy is face-to-face with the rich psycho's dad, still committed to the good student act. He's even hyping up Musclehead as the sports rep. My man's improv skills are S tier. The dad gives them the stink eye but takes the homework, probably wondering who let these two clowns in. We get a nice establishing shot of the mansion. Yeah, this is definitely the final boss stage for the boyfriend. Our boy clocks the dad's trash attitude, guessing the boyfriend was just desperate to marry into a family. And the sympathy is officially gone. Our boy's face goes ice cold. He's here to win, not feel sorry for anyone. The two of them are just taking a casual stroll through the enemy's front yard. The ball's on these guys. My man confirms the mission is a go for tonight now that he's officially scouted the location. A quick shot of a window because you know damn well they're being watched by someone. Musclehead officially acknowledges our boy is the leader. The chain of command has been established. Night falls on the mansion, and you know it's go time for our murder duo. Musclehead is doing some intense warm-ups, getting ready to do some ninja shit. Our boy is just chilling, telling Musclehead to train hard. My man is officially the coach now. The two of them are on the move, sneaking around the mansion like they own the place. Our boy hands Musclehead a whistle, putting him on lookout duty. The plan is in motion. Musclehead starts scaling the wall like he's in Assassin's Creed. This dude's got skills. The blue eyes are back as our boy realizes Musclehead is way more than just a meat shield. They hear yelling from inside about someone not having friends. Sounds like a fun family dinner. Our boy is listening in as the psycho redhead tells someone to stay away. The drama is starting. He peeks in to see the rich dad looming over the psycho redhead on the floor. Yep, he's a trash bag. The rich dad is flaming the psycho redhead for her tattoos, blaming some mystery person for her bad behavior. And he pulls out a damn belt. This dude's parenting style is straight out of the 1800s. He's screaming in her face about disgracing the family name. Yeah, because this is totally normal behavior. Now he's choking her out, bringing up her drug-addicted father. This family tree is a whole damn mess. She's struggling for air while he's on a full-blown power trip. This is way darker than a school ghost story. In the struggle, she knocks a vase off the table. A small act of defiance and a whole lot of crazy. The vase shatters and the dad is momentarily distracted. That's your cue to run, girl. A new girl shows up on the stairs, screaming for him to stop. Looks like the psycho redhead has a sister. The sister runs to her, asking if she's okay. Finally, someone in this house with a shred of decency. And the psycho redhead just shoves her away, sending her sister flying. Damn, she attacks the only one helping. The mom and the nice sister are helping each other, while the rich dad just walks away from the mess he made. The psycho redhead is just sitting there looking pissed, not even a little bit grateful her sister took a fall for her. The rich dad starts flaming her for being ungrateful, blaming it all on her real dad's trash genetics. She's having a full-on pity party, calling herself a failure and a drug addict's daughter. The parents are basically calling her a lost cause, saying she's been nothing but trouble since they took her in. The mom just takes the nice sister away to get patched up, leaving the psycho redhead to wallow in her own drama. The sister gives one last sad look back, probably wondering why her family is a complete dumpster fire. Our boy finally gets it. Her trash boyfriend was faking his whole life just to marry into this psycho family. My man breaks down her whole personality, realizing she's just a rebel because her sister is the perfect one. He's still eavesdropping from the shadows, and it looks like he just heard something that blew his mind. The psycho redhead just went full-on feral, standing over her dad's body with a knife and a creepy-ass smile. She's having a complete villain breakdown, screaming about how she finally killed the trash bag. And now she's just booking it out of the mansion, leaving a dead body in her wake. Our boy spots her on the run and immediately tries to stop her before she ruins the whole mission. My man blows the whistle, signaling Musclehead that their teammate has officially lost her damn mind. Musclehead gets the message loud and clear, confirming the psycho redhead has gone completely off the rails. Our boy lays down the law. Either she gets back on the bus with them, or she's dying right here. And the ground just turns into a flesh pit, dragging her down while she screams for her life. Our boy is completely stunned, trying to figure out why the damn ground is eating their teammate. Now they're both sinking into the murder mud, realizing this whole stage is one giant trap. Our boy is dropping science lessons on non-Newtonian fluids while they're sinking into a murder swamp. He hits Musclehead with the "I learned it in college" excuse again while they do the mud crawl. My man is trying to coach the psycho redhead, but she's too busy getting dragged to hell to listen, and the shadow hands are officially here to collect, pulling her down into the abyss. She's still trying to drag them down with her, laughing like a damn maniac as she sinks. The psycho redhead finally breaks, whispering for help after spending the whole game being a liability. Our boy and Musclehead just watch her get eaten by the ground, and my man calls it a day. A final ghost hand reaches out as the stage confirms she's officially checked into Hotel Hell.